They say that insanity is a necessary part of the human condition, a flip of the switch in the brain that separates us from the beasts. But what if that switch could be flipped by science? The Russian sleep experiment is one of the most disturbing legends on the internet, a fusion of science, horror, and the unknown. The year is 1949. Location: a top-secret Soviet research facility. 5 men are about to change the course of history, or at least that's what the men believed they were doing. Were volunteers, or rather prisoners who had been offered a way out of their cells in exchange for their participation in a scientific experiment. Each man was sealed into a soundproof chamber filled with fresh air and given food and water, the researchers claimed. They were testing a revolutionary new stimulant gas that would keep them awake for an entire month. And so began the most insane experiment in history. At first, everything appeared normal. The men ate, talked, and carried on as normal. But as the days dragged on, the effects of extreme sleep deprivation started to take their toll. Their conversations grew strange and whispers filled the chamber. The men grew paranoid, refusing to trust one another. By the 9th day, they had all descended into madness. They screamed at the top of their lungs until their vocal cords tore. Some turned violently against one another. Others mutilated themselves with whatever they could get their hands on. Still others sank into an eerie silence, as if waiting for something far darker. When the researchers finally opened the chamber, what they saw was straight out of a nightmare. The prisoners were barely human. Their skin was torn and their flesh exposed, their eyes wide open, not screaming for freedom or mercy, but begging to be kept awake. Something within them had awoken, something primal and terrifying. Of course, the Russian sleep experiment is a creepypasta, a fictional internet horror story. But it taps into something very real: the fear of what happens when science pushes too far, and the unsettling truth that sleep deprivation can break the mind in ways we can hardly imagine. So whether fact or fiction, the tale remains a chilling reminder. Some experiments are best left undone. Now check out what actually happens to your body when you don't sleep. Or click this other video instead.